Everybody good?
You were good.
I'll wait for your cue, John.
Excellent.
Yep.
Ooh, look at your new one.
All right. Good evening, everybody. I'm Dave Woods, and this is Story Songs in Six Strings. Welcome. Thank you. Anybody here for the first time at the Moonshine Cafe tonight? Show of hands.
All right.
That's so cool. It's always great. We introduce people to this great venue in Oakville, and they come back to our shows and other shows that are here, so that's wonderful. This is the final show of this series for this year, so I appreciate you all being here. I know, isn't that sad? Man. All right, we'll come back next month. Okay. Well, we have been renewed, John and I, we have renewed the show in 2020, so we're back next year. It was pretty close. We were down to some tough negotiations. John almost said, forget it, but anyway, it happened, so we're back next year. Thank you.
There you go.
Appreciate it. Okay, we have a great show, and a lot of artists will be performing tonight, so we want to get to that. In our second round tonight, we have Dylan Burke.
Yeah.
We have Craig Brooks. Alessia Cole.
Yeah.
And Danny Strong.
Yeah.
So they're all coming up to share their original songs. And a cool thing we started a while back is we added in that their third song is a cover song. So you guys get to hear their take on a popular song and why they chose it, which is always cool. I'm going to ask them, we're going to have a little chit chat here, a few questions before we get started, find out a little bit about everybody here on the stage. Susie, we'll start with you.
Oh, thanks.
Go, hey Susie, little 70s gear.
Hi there, everybody. Well, I think the most important thing is that I bought these pants 2 days ago. I've been looking for bell bottoms for like 2 months, and just in time for the show.
Just be warned, Don, we're going to be doing your fashion next,
Oh.
so you get ready to twirl.
The most important thing about my whole thing is my story is that I was a hard rocker, you know, Guns N' Roses, Metallica, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and now I'm a country convert. Hallelujah. Amen.
There you go.
All right. That's awesome, Susie. And you're joined by John Dawson.
Yeah.
Mr. John Dawson, everybody.
It'll be a GoFundMe thing for new pants for me, unlike Susie.
And the cool thing is, sorry to interrupt, guys.
It's okay. You can get new britches now.
They have their own show. They were here in March, the three of them. So we brought them all back. I think this is the first time it is that we brought back a whole round intact. The same order, the same people from, it was March of this year, right?
Yeah, well, we come as a package.
Yeah, exactly. I tried to get one of them. I'm not going to say which one, and not the others, but anyway, they all came together.
We are one.
Yeah, they are one. So I don't know if you have a name for the three of you yet. Have you got a trio name?
Sandwich.
Sandwich.
John Sandwich.
The three lattes.
John Sandwich and the lattes.
The lattes.
So we know, Susie, that you're the rocker. And what was the artist that turned you on to country? Was there one particular artist that was the tipping point?
I'm going to have to think real hard about this. Axl Rose.
Interesting
country.
answer.
Country. Oh, sorry.
Apparently still a rocker.
I was trying to figure that out. Yeah, your country influence that brought you from rock to this side.
Well, it's like something came back from my childhood. My mother listened to Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton, and Crystal Gale and Eddie Rabbit, and it all came back to me somehow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad that it did, and we're glad you're here. And we're looking
you.
forward. Susie, everybody. Susie Corey. Don Graham in the middle. Hey, Don.
I used to be a rocker too.
You were a rocker.
I was. No, I never was. Not like a rocker to you.
And you got a cool version. If we can just have a little tidbit of El Paso.
Well, yeah, I just did this because there's a radio station in Calgary now that's doing half songs because people's attention spans are that short. So if this song was recorded in 1960 and it came out today, it was 4 minutes long in 1960. And today it would be like, out in the West Texas town of El Paso, I fell in love, I got shot, and I died. Okay, there you go. Cut to the chase. That's sad, isn't it?
That's succinct.
Yes.
Right to the point. Cut to the chase.
I can't afford that word.
Don, who would you say in your lifetime has been the biggest artist and the biggest maybe influence that you've actually had a chance to meet in person and have a little time with?
Well, I think one of the biggest influences was my friend Norbert. I met Norbert years ago, but Norbert Putnam is a producer, and he produced. I just did a record with him 2 years ago tonight, actually. And he probably him because he produced Christofferson's first album.
Wow.
My songwriter that really influenced me was Chris at the very beginning, just because he. Before that, there was no touching of skin, and Chris made that cool. You could do that. In fact, there's radio stations in Nashville wouldn't play it.
Interesting.
No, your warm and soft, tender body, they wouldn't play it.
Wow.
So that kind of opened everything for me.
Do you have a favorite Christofferson song?
Yeah, I think Sunday Morning Coming Down.
Beautiful song.
Yeah.
Johnny Cash made it famous. Chris
He did.
wrote it. That's an awesome song. Thank you, Don Graham, everybody.
You bet. Thank you. Drive carefully.
That's the show.
Okay, thank
Hi,
you.
everybody.
And Elise, how are you?
Good. Glad
So
to be
cool.
back.
Great to have you here, man. Elise Saunders, everybody.
All right.
Elise Saunders, man, you had a great year with a lot of your songs, including Feel You Leaving.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about that song, and there's an incredible video for it as well that people can check out online. Wonderful song. You wrote it with Sean Moore and
Doug Folkens.
Doug Folkens.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. CCMA members. So that one, weirdly enough, this happens, I know, to a lot of songwriters out there, but it started in a dream. Once in a while, I'll get these dreams that start off with melodies, and I'll hear them, and I'll think, it sounds like an amazing song. That singer sounds great. And then I usually end up waking up and realizing that's not a real song. I need to put it in my phone. So I've had experiences in the past where that's happened. I'm like, oh, I'll remember that later. I won't. Yeah,
Wow.
definitely don't. So I've learned to put it in my phone right away, no matter how sleepy I am. So it started that way. So it was, let these waves crash over me, wash away our memories, was the lines that came out, and the big whoa hook.
Yeah, that hook is great.
So that's what I had waking up from the dream. So I thought, okay, it's a little strange, but I'll take it to my next co-write. So Doug and Sean and I were just, we were on Skype with Doug actually, and we're talking about ideas, and I'm like, I don't know if I should bring this one up. And they're like, oh, do you have any other ideas? I'm like, well, what about this one? Doug's like, we have to write that one. So
Right on.
we did, and actually started off with his title and my hook, and we made Feel You Leaving.
That's awesome. It's a great song. Are we going to hear it tonight?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, everybody. Elise Saunders, Don Graham, and Susie Corey. And Elise, we'll start with you tonight. Take it away.
All right. So speaking about songs in the process, this is one that started off with the title, actually. It was Wind Down. So my good friend Daryl Scott and a couple of others and I went to Nashville to do one of our writing trips like a lot of Canadians do. If you've never been to Nashville, definitely go. It's very inspiring. So one of these days after actually a night of partying, we met up with Joey Green, a guy who you might recognize from The Voice. He was just hanging out one night, and we're like, well, you should write. It's a Sunday afternoon. So we arrived at his place and knock on the door, and Joey doesn't answer, and knock a few times, he doesn't answer. So I'm like, all right, hopefully we're going to get to write this song. And he comes down, he's like, hey guys, don't worry, like I'm here, just got out of bed, just brushing my teeth. So we're like, he's like, come on in. So it was very, very relaxed. And we showed him this idea with Wind Down, and country music likes those very conversational titles, and that happened to be one of these. So this one is called Wind Down, and I find that the busier I get and the more I grow in my career, how important it is to slow down once in a while and just, be with your loved ones and your friends and just enjoy the simple things sometimes. So this is Wind Down. Baby, I know you had plans for us, but now we don't need all the rush. We could just stay here with the lights down low. We just need you close to me right now. There's wine down. This is California red right off my lips. Take some time, somehow. Run your fingertips down to my hips. 'Cause I don't wanna pay this town right now. Baby, I just wanna wind down. You couldn't pour a glass of Cabernet like the one we had on our first day when we shut down the bar. And I gave you my heart. This way we make all the rules. No one sees us act like fools. Getting punch drunk with this soap till we can't get enough. And wind down. This is California red right off my lips. Take some time, somehow. Run your fingertips down to my hips. 'Cause I don't wanna pay this town right now. Baby, I just wanna wind down. Like this wine, we get better with time. Baby, like this wine, we get better with time. There's one down. Kiss this California red right off my lips. Take some time, somehow. Run your fingertips down to my hips. 'Cause I don't wanna pay this town right now. No, I don't wanna pay this town right now. Baby, I just wanna wind down. Down.
Yeah. I get to follow the pretty girls.
Hey,
Yeah,
does
good.
anybody have wine out there, by the way? Anybody? If you have a wine, put your glass up. Cheers! I need to get a wine
Somebody's
after.
giving her a glass of wine.
I feel like a thorn between two roses again. Sorry.
You
I
know,
got-
sorry, he said that on Facebook. He made this comment that I'm so excited. I'm like a thorn between two roses. And I said, well, the roses need a thorn to keep them protected.
Exactly.
No pressure.
I just ate popcorn watching the comments. That's it.
Well, I'm going to start with a song I wrote with a guy named Michael Peterson. I don't know if y'all remember Michael. He had some hits about 15, 20 years ago on CMT. He had Drink, Swear, Steal, and Lie. What was the other one? From Here to Eternity. Yeah, I think Drink was number 2. Got up to number 2. Anyway, real quick, how I met Michael. I was in Muscle Shoals recording with my friend Norbert Putnam, and we were sitting in Norbert's music room, and he was asking me to play my new songs. And we're old friends, but somehow I was really intimidated that night because I'm sitting there with my little guitar, playing my little songs that I'm not even sure of yet. And there's gold records and platinum records, and I'm looking at Norbert and thinking, this guy produced Christofferson's first album, and Dan Fogelberg, and Linda Ronstadt. And tonight they drove old Dixie down for Joan Baez. And a couple little things for Jimmy Buffett, like Margaritaville. I think, what am I doing with this? And I think Norbert sensed that there was something going on because he wanted to get me out of my head. He said, hey man, have you ever heard of Michael Peterson? I said, yeah, he's great. I love his voice and his songs. And Norbert said, I think he's got one of the best voices in country music. So when I got home, I figured I better get a hold of Michael and tell him that, because we never hear the good stuff. So I got a hold of him and said, told him what Norbert said, and he said, wow, thanks. And then he said, send me your songs. So I did, and I never thought I'd hear from him. A couple of weeks later, he called me and he said, hey man, I want to write some songs with you. And in my head, I wanted to say, why? He's got Grammy nominations, CMA Awards, plays on the hour. But I'm cooler than that. I didn't say why. I said, yeah, okay. Let me see where I can fit you in. So anyway, we arranged to write at 9 a.m. on some morning, and I got up at 4 so I didn't look stupid. I'd have some ideas at least. Then I realized it was 9 Pacific time, because he's out in Vegas, so that was like noon for me. I was wired by the time I got home. But this song, I went to see my mom before she passed away, and she asked me to get something from her bedroom. And on her makeup mirror was a picture of a beautiful young woman. So when I went downstairs, I said to Mom, who's that? She said, that's me. She said, I don't know who the old lady in the mirror is, but. So that was the inspiration for this song. I looked in the mirror, saw a stranger looking back at me. Well, I know I locked the door last night, so someone must have given him the key. And he looked so familiar, he took me by surprise. Thought he looked a lot like me, but I was wearing an old man disguise. Well, who knows where the time goes, or why it goes so fast. We're all living in a moment that too soon becomes the past. And if I could have 3 wishes, I know where I begin. I would close my eyes and click my heels to be 25 again. 25 again. If I could have my way, I'd turn back the hands of time and go back to yesterday, knowing then what I know now. I wouldn't make the same mistakes, or maybe I would, if I could be 25 again. "25 again. If I could have my way, I'd turn back the hands of time, and I'd go back to yesterday, knowing then what I know now. I wouldn't make the same mistakes, or maybe I would, if I could be 25 again. And if I could have 3 wishes, I know where I'd begin. I would close my eyes and click my heels and be 25 again." Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
So funny too, that whole song I was thinking, that's probably at least last year.
Yeah, no. I was thinking the same thing. Next year.
I stopped at 29.
So the song I'm doing first thing this evening is called The Secret Garden, and this song is very important for me because it was one of those songs, you know, when I first started writing, this was about 3 years ago, and I really wanted to do the hard rock thing and, you know, be Guns N' Roses and Axl Rose. This was probably the first song I was truly inspired to do because of a story that is, you know, kind of significant in that you might recall 3 years ago there was a band called the Tragically Hip, and they were on tour, the final tour, under very sad circumstances, and lucky for me, I ended up meeting them and befriending one of the members of that band, And although during that entire summer, everybody was kind of seeing things from the perspective as fans of the band, if you were a fan, I got to see it kind of from the background and the story behind it and what the members were feeling like. And I felt really, special that I had that opportunity to see it from that perspective, and it was a completely different picture. And so I wrote the song called The Secret Garden because I remember having a conversation with one of the band members, and, to allow someone that space where they can just have safety and security and love and feel like they can be honest in what their true feelings are, it's really a rarity, and not everybody has that opportunity. And it made me realize, especially being at that level and having that level of fame, who do you go to, when you want to talk, and to have that trust in someone. So, I felt honored that this person would share these things. But it made me also, then the song became about, not just this one person, but it's everybody's story. And of just going inside your soul and having to reconstruct things and rediscover who you are and be true to yourself. And really, that's the only way to find happiness. So here's The Secret Garden.
like that we have quite a variety with all of our different styles. It's awesome. Also, before I get in the song, I rudely did not introduce Dave Bailey on guitar with me back here. He's hiding in the back. All right, so this next one was written a few years ago. It was actually on my last album, but this one was written, actually started with a hook, this one. But really what it's about is capturing that moment when you meet somebody for the first time and they got that special something, you can't really put your finger on it, but they got it. And so I heard it, I was in my car one day traveling around and it just came to me. I'm like, gotta get my phone. So it's, I heard something, and then took that one to my co-writer Joe Hash, and we wrote this one. And I really enjoy sing-along, so it'd be my honor, and it would be a lot of fun if you guys sing along. There's the main part of the song that says something, something, real easy to remember. It goes like this. There's something, something, and you'd go. Something, something. There's something, something, and you'd go. Something, something. There's something, something, your turn. Something, something. You guys got it. You know, sometimes I'm at the club and I'll sing that one when everybody's drunk and it takes them a couple of times. All right, so when you hear it, sing along, clap along, move around your seats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here comes a cloud of dust, chasing out your future. Yeah, don't look like much, but it's heading down the road to me. I'm gonna hop on in, side over close to him. He'll flash that come on green, cause he knows he can't see me. Heaven has come, he won't know where it is we're gonna go. But it's gonna be alright, cause he's got that something, something. Here's your part. Something, something. Yeah, and that sounds made for me. We are fighting, he keeps it coming. It makes me love him like something, something. He likes to play it tough, and he don't talk too much. But then you open up with the sweetest things you ever heard. Maybe a little shy to show us after side, but then we'll get real quiet, cause we don't need to say a word. Then we'll head into town with all those windows down, country station turned up loud, cause he likes that something, something, your part. Something, something, and that sounds made for me. Yeah. Music's thumping, he keeps it coming. It makes me love him like something, something. We'll find a beer to kill the headlights, lay in the back, count the stars. Can't put my finger on it. All I know is I can't help it. And he's got me thinking, know what I'm thinking. Something, something, your part. Something, something. And that sounds made for me, yeah. My heart's bumping, he keeps it coming. Makes me love him like something, something. Like something, something. Yeah. Something, something. Thank you. Thanks for singing along.
What's that?
I didn't hear it. I don't know. Somebody yelled something, but
I think he said somebody's double parked.
oh.
How about another big hand for my friend Elise?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I've been following Elise's career now for 5-6 years. When we were in Edmonton, 2013 or 14.
It's
I
been
can't
a long
remember.
time. It
Yeah.
feels like longer than 6
And
years.
she just gets better every time I see her. I'll tell you what. She's a one hit away from being a star. One hit song. So I never pick the songs I'm going to do when I come out to these because my songs are like my kids, and it's kind of like leaving the house and saying, you can come, and they won't like you, so. And then you can come, I don't like you anymore. So I usually wait and just figure out, how it would feel. So talking about you needing one more hit song, about 3 or 4 years ago now, I was on the phone with my friend Steve Boone in Flagler Beach, Florida. And we were trying to figure out what makes a hit song. Hit song is something that somebody hears once and wants to hear again and again and again. Tell their friends, that's what makes it a hit. So actually I'm lying to you, we weren't trying to figure it out, Steve already knew. Steve was in a band in the 60s called the Love and Spoonful that had a few hits, so I was picking his brain. So Steve said, I don't really know what it is, he said, but I think with the Spoonful we had positive songs with hummable melodies. So if you think about what a day for daydreaming boys. So he's kind of right there. So after I got off the phone, I decided I'd write a positive song with a hummable melody. Thank you, Stephen. I didn't credit him either. I should. There's sunshine around you, and now that I've found you, you know that I'm bound to keep you here in my heart. The clouds have all passed now, the die has been cast now, and my heart's beating fast now, and I like it that way. After every storm, you know the sky will turn to blue. The sun will dry up all the rain and tears. Been down every broken road just trying to find you. I finally found you after searching for all these years. Now there's rainbows above you, can't stop thinking of you. You know that I love you, and I like it that way. It's a humming part now. After every storm, you know the sky will turn to blue. The sun will dry up all the rain and tears. Been down every broken road just trying to find you. I finally found you after searching for all these years. Now there's rainbows above you, can't stop thinking of you. You know that I love you, and I like it that way, yeah, yeah, yeah. You know that I love you, and I like it that way. Thank you so much, appreciate it.
So what John failed to tell you guys, but I'm going to put it out there, that song's about me. It's okay, John.
Now you have to
Apparently there is a lot of love on this stage.
wow.
And we didn't know about it.
My heart's beating fast now.
Hence the package happening up here. So if it's all right with you, I need to stand for this next song because it's my one of the rare happy songs. And it's funny because we didn't plan this, but we're all doing really positive happy songs on this.
That'll end now,
We're
we're
in
done.
sync now.
Yeah.
No more happy songs.
So, and plus the jeans look better this way. Less belly fat hanging out. Yeah, thank you. You know that, right? So this song is called Pretty Little Things, and even though it sounds a little superficial, it has a deeper meaning. And what it is about 3 years ago, when I first decided I was going to do this whole music thing, you know I look like a young thing, but I'm not. I know, at least I don't look that far apart. Yeah, 25, exactly. And, but I have 2 teenage boys, and I made this decision that I wanted to get into music. People thought I was nuts. What are you doing? This is crazy. And you hear all these things. And even when I was younger, knew that I wanted to do music. My parents said, no, you're not getting into that, this devious, devilish kind of thing. But all these years later, it just goes to prove that no matter what you do, you can put people off for a while, but whatever they're meant to do in their life, they're going to get back to that anyways. And so this song is about discovering all the amazing, incredible things that can happen in life when you just let go and you follow what you feel in your heart. Just pretty little things. Started out a young girl, a little bit shy. Not so shy anymore. Sparkle of hope in my daddy's eyes. If you really want something, you might as well try. Keep your feet on the ground, girl, don't get your hopes high. They gonna take you down, better get right up. Push a little harder when you head it up. The tough get going when the going gets tough. All the pretty little things mama never taught you, found out on your own. Took the risk you had to, taking on the world, trusting what's inside of you. Pretty little things. Woo! That's the country coming out. Well, now the years gone by, got a little off track. You take you right off the road, driving down the wrong path. Blinded by the headlights, coming to a crash. You gotta turn it all around and find your way back. Well, forget about the past, 'cause your story starts now. Living in the moment, gonna show 'em how. Make a dream come true, shout it out loud. All the pretty little things mama never taught you, found out on your own. Took the risk you had to, taking on the world, trusting what's inside of you. Pretty little things. Pretty little things. Pretty little things. Pretty little things. Well, forget about the past, 'cause your story starts now. Living in the moment, gonna show 'em how. Make a dream come true, shout it out loud. Come on, show 'em what you're made of. Woo! You got this. All the pretty little things mama never taught you, found out on your own. Took the risk you had to, taking on the world, trusting what's inside of you. Pretty little things. Come on, everybody. Pretty little things. Pretty, pretty, pretty little things. Pretty little things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo. Who started the clapping? Thank
Susie
you.
Curry, give her a hand.
Susie, you have a really cool music video for that one too. You did that in California, I think, right?
Yeah, it's my
Yes.
hippie video. I'm in a
It's
like
beautiful.
1977 VW.
It's so cool.
But just for the record, I actually did that. I slept by the beach in Malibu for 3 days.
Can we do that next time?
Absolutely, you and I. And
Susie
Dawn.
and I were talking about we need to do like a songwriter trip. So Dawn, you're welcome. We'll get the whole songwriter crew here tonight. That'd be fun.
Can we get a rope? We can just hang on as we go wherever we need to go. Okay, we'll chaperone. Don and I will be the chaperones.
We're gonna form a band called In Bed by 10.
And the street lights come on will be our hit song.
John, by the way, I did get a chance to try one of Susie's lattes out because
Oh, did you?
we heard about the famous latte
I've been
last time.
cheating on you, John.
I thought I was the only one, Susie.
Don, I know, he's been a little left out.
I take that last song back. Way to go.
So I guess it's cover tune time.
It is.
So I spend a lot of time playing in the country clubs all over the place. I love songwriting and I love singing, and I've always been attracted to that since I was a kid. But weirdly enough, I was actually a pretty shy kid, so I'd be at home like in my journal, like writing songs, and I'd always be dancing around and singing to like Shania Twain, being like, it'd be so cool if I could do that one day. But I used to be like super scared. I'd feel like sick and cold all at the same time when I first started singing on contest stage. And now I'm here, and entertaining is definitely one of my favorite things to do, and there's no reason to be scared. It's a lot of fun. So with that said, Dave and I are going to do something for you, kind of inspired from my whole stage entertaining thing. And since Susie, you stood up, I'm going to stand up for this one too. Feel free to sing along, because I know you guys know the words to these. Lazy animal coming up tonight, shining through the trees. Crickets are singing and the lightning bugs are floating on the breeze. Baby, get ready. Across the field where the creek turns back on the old summer road, I'm gonna take you to a special place that nobody knows. Baby, get ready. Ooh, you and me go fishing in the dark, lying on our backs and counting the stars where the cool grass grows. Down by the river in a full moonlight, we'll be falling in love in the middle of the night, just moving slow. Spend the whole night through, it feels so good to be with you and me, go fishing in the dark. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, all my memories gather round her. Mama's daughter, stranger to the water, dark and dusty, painted across the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrops in my eyes. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, take me home. Country roads. Blaming all my rules, I should have been bruised and ruined your backside affair. The last one, no, the last one sure was the last one you thought you seen it. I saw the surprise and the fear in his eyes when I took his glass of champagne. I toasted you, said, honey, we made it through. You'll never hear me complain. I've got friends in low places where the whiskey drowns and the bitter chases my blues away. And I'll
no more happy songs. Don't worry, I can change the mood real quick. But that song, Friends in Low Place, it's written by a guy named Dwayne Blackwell. And Dwayne was having lunch at Fiddler in the Green in Nashville with his writing partner, and both of them forgot their wallets. So Dwayne said, "It's okay, man, I know the line cook." So he came back and said, "It's okay, we can pay later." And his friend looked down and said, "You got friends in low places." And that's how they ended up writing that. It's a cover tune now? I'm going to do something. And Nashville's great, but man. Now, the hotel room at the James Robertson was $10 a day, or $50 for the week. So I was in high cotton. I had $500, man. But I wasn't worried about money because I also had 12 of the best songs on the planet. I know they were the best because I wrote them. So I went up to, every day I'd walk from 5th up to 16th Avenue South, and I got my butt kicked real good. It was discouraging. And so finally, the last guy I got to see, I was running out of money too. I went to Tree Music, one of the bigger guys. I thought, okay. And everybody would see you back then because nowadays they're afraid of getting sued. And back then, they didn't know who you were. You might have the next hit song, so everybody would see you. And 16th Avenue was all, there were old houses that have been converted into studios and publishing houses. And unfortunately now they've all been bulldozed for condos, but back then, in fact, when you shook hands with somebody on 16th and got your hand back, there was usually a cassette in it. It was the Nashville answer. So anyway, I got to Tree Music, and I was really getting discouraged because I couldn't convince these people that these were the best songs I ever heard. Nobody was buying it. So this guy actually listened to every song, which was a real bonus. And then when it was done, he took it out and gently handed it back to me as opposed to throwing it at me. And then he reached in his drawer, and I think he's getting a contract out, but he got a blank piece of paper and handed me a pen and said, "Write this down." He said, "You shouldn't be here. You're not ready." No, he said, "You're not ready to be here yet. You're gonna get killed if you stay here. You got some good ideas," but he gave me a whole litany of things I had to do to become a songwriter. I was gonna say better songwriter, but really to become a songwriter. So I went home with my tail tucked between my legs and came back home, and that was 1974. I read everything he said. In 1980, I signed as a salaried staff writer with A&M Records with Irving Elmo. So I paid attention and it worked. So when you get criticized, just try and take it for what it's worth. Anyhow, up on 16, this is an old Tom Schaller song. I really like this tune. There were songwriters everywhere, and they were from everywhere. They were from the corners of the country, from the cities and the farms, with years and years of living tucked up underneath their arms. They walked away from everything to see a dream come true. God bless the boys who made the noise on 16th Avenue. With $1 million spirit and an old flat-top guitar, they drove to town with all they owned in a $100 car. 'Cause one day someone told them about a friend of a friend they knew, who owned, a studio on 16th Avenue. Now some they came for money, never had to say survive. Some would swing a 9-pound hammer just to stay alive. There were Christians, drunks, and cowboys, mostly white and black and blue. They all looked the same while chasing fame on 16th Avenue. Then one night in an empty room where no curtains ever hung, like a miracle some magic words rolled off of someone's tongue. After years of being nothing, they're all looking right at you. But for a while you'll go in style on 16th Avenue. Well, it seems so unassuming, so quiet and discreet. But a lot of lives were changed there on that little one-way street. Every Billy, Joe, and Roger, Chris and Mickey too, they all dialed the phone, collect the home from 16th Avenue. Bless the girls and boys that make the noise on 16th Avenue. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
So earlier Dave was asking me who's the country artist that kind of switched me over to country, and although, you know, the story is true that my mom was always had country in the background when I was growing up, but more recently, one of the artists that really for me is an inspiration because she's so unconventional is Casey Musgraves. And yeah, she's just something else. And, you know, yesterday, John came over and we did a little rehearsal because we haven't seen each other for like 2 months.
She gave me pizza and lattes.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do with these musicians. You just feed them, it's all good. They'll do anything for free.
I haven't eaten in weeks. It's good.
I got latte envy now. What a lot.
So this song, you know, yesterday when he came over, we were trying to figure out what song are we gonna do for the cover, and I said, you know what, I heard this song, it sounds old school, and that's why I like it. It's not very modern sounding, and but the lyrics behind it are just so intelligent and smart and witty, and it's the kind of song I'd want to write. And it's basically telling people to mind their own business and focus on their own lives. It's a song called Biscuits, and you know, when I first heard the song, I just died laughing, and I'm going, yeah, I gotta write something like this at some point. So this is us doing this for the first time ever. It's either going to be a train wreck or it's going to be brilliant.
I got it.
Brilliant.
Thanks for the easy song, Susie.
Let's hope for the. Well, I'm talking about myself too, so I'm just like, okay, can you have the lyrics up just in case? But I really, really wanted to do this, so please forgive me if I mess up, but it's okay. I've messed up my whole life, and I'm still here.
12-step program.
Taking down your neighbor won't take you any higher. I burn my own damn finger poking someone else's fire. Never gotten tired of making someone else feel small. You ain't got you.
I got too much
told
free
him
time.
that was rude. You know, we can't say stuff like that here. Sorry, Dave.
I said winner, winner, chicken dinner. I don't know how I got to that.
All right, so I guess this is the last song of this each of us. So before I get into it, I do want to say thank you so much to Dave Woods, Country, for making this happen, and to Moonshine as well. This is an amazing event, and I'm so happy to be able to get to be a part of this again. And we'll definitely do it in the new year. I'm excited to hear that. So I don't know if my producer, writer, Sean Moore is here. I know he's supposed to be. I don't know if he made it or not. But if he is, I wanted to give him a shout out on this song. So this is the song we were talking about earlier, Feel You Leaving, which was pretty exciting for me to release. Thank you. Because I hadn't released new music in a while, so it was a little bit scary for me just because as artists and songwriters, we keep evolving. So I feel like it really showcases where I'm at in my career right now. And the message, I feel like what's nice about songs is you can kind of interpret them your own way. And for me, that song really represents letting go of the past and really embracing the now. And that's for everything in life right now. So if you're going through something, this is your song. Or if you've gone through a breakup, or if it's a life situation you're in, then I hope this helps you in some way. This is called Feel You Leaving. It is online. There is a music video for it. And yeah, Feel You Leaving. Tracks. You've been dropping all your one-word answers when you decide to text me back. I'm walking this Beachway road, my name's in the sand. I can feel it, can't believe it. Looks like you're turning into a ghost, but don't worry about it. This is me letting you go. Whoa. Than that, you're either in or you're out now, honey. It's too late, no going back. I can feel it, can't believe it. Looks like you're turning into a ghost, but don't worry about it. This is me letting you go. Whoa, let these waves crash on me. Whoa. I can feel you leaving.
just do that one again? All right. Is our last song? I want to give a big shout out to my friend Dave Woods here. I mean, he's the best friend that country music has. And he puts these on once a month. And it's like herding cats, so he gets everybody in to do it. I don't know how he does it. And he always positive about it. He always seems really happy to do it. Like,
Also, I vote that we get T-shirts for this event.
yeah.
I will buy one. We will all wear them next
I'll
time.
buy one. And if you got pants, I'll take some too.
We can work on that.
Thanks, Dave.
I want a latte now. That's what I want.
Susie, can you make that happen?
Susie's
The
new
last
merch.
thing I do,
lattes.
that's it. I'm making you a latte.
Well, I wasn't going to do this. I'm going to do this one, though, because it's... the reason I want to do this song for you, this song took me 35 years to write. It was a song I wrote for my dad, and I could never write a song for Dad. I write songs for my mom and my wife, my girlfriends. That was easy. But I didn't want one of those punch in the shoulder, hey pops kind of songs, or my old man. I want a song how I really felt about my dad. And I could never do it. So what I did is I decided I'd only try on Father's Day. At least I could say I tried. You know, every Father's Day for 30 years, like, oh well, didn't work. And then Father's Day 2017, I have an old 1951 acoustic guitar that's all beat up, but it's got a soul. I know it does. And I picked it up and I got a couple of lines that didn't suck. I thought, well, this is good. And then after about a couple hours, I had this complete song, and that didn't happen. I played it back, and I played it for a couple of people, and they liked it. And I went and played somewhere, and they liked it. And people were crying, and whoa. So I really thought maybe I'm onto something. So I decided I'd send it to my friend Norbert, because he'd probably just say, yeah, cute, song about your dad. What else you got? But instead, he called me right away after listening to it. He said, get down here to Muscle Shoals and record this song. I'll get a band together for you and we'll do it. And that was 2 years ago today, November 20th, 2017. I went to the show this time. That's why I'm going to do this song now. And real quick, I got to the studio in Muscle Shoals, and I had, on guitar was a guy named, what's his name? LeBlanc. James LeBlanc, sorry, James. And James LeBlanc wrote Modern Day Bonnie and Clyde for Travis Tritt. And looked over on keyboards, I had Randy McCormick, who played the lick on Old Time Rock and Roll. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And on drums, I had Milton Sledge, who has been Garth Brooks' drummer since 1988. So he's part of the G-Men. And on bass, I had Norbert Putnam, who played on 120 Elvis tracks. And I was waiting for Ashton Kutcher to come out. Gotcha! So I was really feeling, and they all came up to me and said, we're your band today, so don't even look at us as anybody but your band. We're here to make you look good and sound good. So that was a really cool feeling. Anyway, it's a song, I hope some of you see your own dad in it. He never walked on water. Growing up, I was pretty sure he could have. Didn't always listen when he spoke. Looking back, I know now that I should have. He was just a man who took a stand. He never took a pass or walked away. He said a man's word is his bond. So say what you mean what you say. When the hard times hit, you had to quit school to make a buck or two. He had a grade 9 education, but he was the smartest man I ever knew. He worked 9 to 5 all his life. He never got to chase his pot of gold. Now I think it's time I told y'all the greatest story never told. He was strong as an oak tree that's still able to bend in the wind. followed his heart but used his head. Always had a helping hand to lend. It seems he was always there, so I never really knew what I had. Some folks called him special. I just called him Dad. Well, he taught me how to ride a bike. He taught me how to throw a ball. And he taught me how to get back up each and every time that I would fall. He taught me how to tie my shoes. And he taught me how to fish. He said a dream without a plan, son, is no more than a wish. And he was strong as an oak tree that's still able to bend in the wind. Followed his heart but used his head, and always had a helping hand to lend. It seems he was always there, so I never really knew what I had. Some folks called him special. I just called him Dad. Some folks called him special. I just called him Dad. Thank you so much. Appreciate it a lot. Thank you.
So running with the final theme of the night, which is emotional songs. First of all, I also have to say, Dave, thank you. I'm honored. You know that when I first got invited in March, I was nervous. I'd never done something like this before acoustically, and it's so stripped down that it really, like, you know, it bears everything, and it's a little bit intimidating. But now this time when you asked me, I said, oh my God, yes, I love it. No, it's nothing like anything else. You know, it's amazing playing with a band, but it's so amazing to just strip down everything with the songs, not my clothes, and to just have the attention of people. And you guys are incredible too, because you're here and you're so focused and everybody's listening to the music and the lyrics, and you know, it's an incredible opportunity for us as musicians. Yeah.
And you're as country as cornbread, you know that.
I know that, yeah.
You don't think you are, but you are.
After the last show, that's what Don told me. I'm like, I am officially country. That's it.
You are.
Yeah.
Welcome.
I got the stamp, the Don stamp of approval.
There you go.
So to make it even more country, I finally wrote a love song. And I'm not one who writes, you know, I'm not one of these mushy people, but I had to show people I got a heart too. And, you know, we can all fall in love. And so, you know, country, it's been funny because I've been listening to more and more male artists. And if you listen to the male country artists, you're just like, these guys are the best. Like, they are probably the best men you'd want to be with. And then you get to know the musicians, and they don't necessarily live the lyrics they talk about. That's the nicest way I could put it. They certainly spread the love, but, you know, not in the ways you think they are saying in their songs.
It's pretty direct, Susie.
Bedrooms and barrooms.
So for anyone who's ever fallen for a musician, this is your song. It's called Settle of the Dust.
We're still trying to get money back.
Can I sleep on your couch?
You've been running around like all them wild horses, chasing after a dream, nobody tying you down. No, it's never been easy finding love in a hotel. No time for goodbye, you gotta hit the next town. that you want. So take your sweet little time if you must. Just know she'll be waiting there with the settle of the dust. With the settle of the dust. Open skies and burning miles heading down a highway. Leaving lovers behind, ain't nothing slowing you down. Up and gone before this town will ever see the light of day. Never can say if you'll ever be coming back around. But before you go, you gotta know. You fool, can't you see? The only one that's gonna set your heart free is standing right there next to you, watching all the girls that come through. Knows it's only just a matter of time, waiting her turn in an endless line. 'Cause you're the only one that she wants. Visions of you in her heart that you haunt. So take your sweet little time if you must. Just know she'll be waiting there with the settle of the dust. With the settle of the dust. When the desert winds are blowing, they can turn the sand to stone. It can lead your soul down a lonely road, but her heart will guide you home. You fool, can't you see? The only one that's gonna set your heart free is standing right there next to you, watching all the girls that come through. Knows it's only just a matter of time, waiting her turn in an endless line. 'Cause you're the only one that she loves, bringing you home when the road has been rough. So take your sweet little time if you must. Just know she'll be waiting there with the settle of the dust. With the settle of the dust. I'll be walking the streets at night, just trying to get it right. It's hard to see with so many around. No, I don't like being stuck in the crowd, 'cause I need you. Yeah, yeah, I need you. With the settle of the dust. With the settle of the dust. With the settle of the dust. I hope you heard that little Guns N' Roses tribute. Just making sure.
Susie Corey, everybody! And John Dawson. Looking for shirts and pants later?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm in.
You're in. All right, we'll get that order going.
Thanks.
All right, Don Graham in the center here, everybody.
Thank you all.
You're a great storyteller, Don. Keeping us in stitches and
Tell that to my bank manager.
well, sometimes you got to make stuff up, right? And Elise Saunders, everybody. Dave Bailey. Big round. What a great round one tonight. Thank you. And thank you all so much for being so attentive. You were listening and focused, which is awesome. Coming up, we've got Dylan Burke. We've got Alessia Cole. Craig Brooks. And Danny Strong. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Great job, guys. Killer performances, man. So good. Wow, you did it. You get a group shot. Thanks, Ray. Johnny?
got it, 20, baby? Ow! Make you holla!
Oh, man, John, thank you. Great to have you here. This is someone, hey, that was awesome. Oh, this guy. Man, what a battle. It's so powerful. Yeah, it's so good.
I know, it's like,
Thank you. Oh, over here, Fiona's going to take one. Banana?
how are you? Here tonight.
I'm doing Timbits. What was the last one?
Dry.
There you go, yeah. Okay, John. So I'll call it the next Kathy, okay? Yeah.
What was that bag?
Thank you, Ray. Appreciate that. Oh, God, thank you.
I don't know, we want to squishy.
Anyone by February 19th?
He's been here once before, but I'm still. Really? Yeah. Must have been waiting for that.
Well, once I'm not
I'm not sure you were here, but I remember you saying over the water. Are you kidding? Yeah, he was here to sound. Maybe I wonder who he was here with. Maybe it was the night we missed.
We got to get a picture, maybe. C to C and D. And I want a picture of you too, Anna. You want to take one of me and C to C?
You know what?
Dave's takes pretty good photos. I could just stand like Oh my God! Were you saying that too? Oh my God! I just Googled it.
I'll let them chat a bit. I'll come back and visit people. Yeah, thanks, Anna. We'll all do it again. Yeah, thanks. Hey, how you doing, Andre? Good to see you. Yeah, awesome. This is great. We meet again.
And he goes, I had the biggest crush. Listen to this. He goes, I had the biggest crush on her. This is the program director at radio station. I'm like, yes. He's like, but I'm sorry, I can't play the song. I'm like, oh my God.
Just make us all go, I never know. We'll get behind you doing this, right? Yeah. It's driving me crazy. So I'm sitting there Googling her name so I can tell her that she's I don't remember that last time. You killed me. I don't remember that last time. The second she started tonight, I was like, Susanna, I wrote it down so you can see it. I'm like, do you know what that is? Yeah. And I'm sitting there going, what is her name? Oh my God, it is it! Thank you. Okay, let's go squish these salmon. I'm sitting there going, that looks like Christmas. Oh my goodness! Yeah, nice disguise. Like so in the way to you.
Oh, okay.
Happy belated birthday. How you doing? What are you doing down here? George, whereabouts?
Oh, I think so.
Wow. Oh my God, that's a lot of work.
Going home tomorrow for band rehearsal.
All over the place. Good. Are you guys going to or are you still?
No,
Did you? Yeah. Trying to, tie your laces, start again, or not, okay. Are you? Well, it's not us. Who is it? That's right. There you go.
Keeps her away too.
Oh, shit. Go slow. Go slow. So that was Nashville? Excellent. You still sharing it with her?
Of course, yeah. It's terrible. Anytime I bring up the conversation, it's the same thing. It's like, nice. I better get it. I'm gonna have to go to it. But I've been trying to be easygoing with it.
Yeah.
Out of respect to all the family. It's not going well. She's still trying.
You know what? I know.
What's that? You know what that is? It's a little thing.
Oh, got it. That's a hard line to go back over. Been there.
It could have been different if she didn't, change what she got me on. Yeah, absolutely. But she didn't, so. Long story.
I'm sorry, but who cheats on a rubber tongue face? Not me. Ever. I'm sorry, how many boyfriends do you have? Shut it. Oh my god, he's my favorite. Oh my god, he's my favorite. Oh my god, he's my favorite. I might cheat on Crystal Bell, but that's a lot of story. I cheated on that. There you go. I know, right? So.
It's a lot less stressful than
I know. It's kind of a large personality. That's how I put it. Personality.
I'd never take that away from him,
No. Squirrel.
he's like somebody to guide him through life.
Hopefully his new baby will do that.
I feel bad for the kid.
Oh my god.
I hope that, it's, I mean, I hope it's all good. If not, if that doesn't change it, then I feel.
Yeah, I know. Do you enjoy fantasy? If you see Terry, welcome to have them. Enjoy the fun. Sure. Yeah. All of the time. All of the fucking time. Jordan's my other boyfriend. My other. I know. Your other. The first Jordan or at least, or is it the second? I don't know. No. Oh, no, that's no. No, okay.
Guitar and mic? Yeah.
Doing guitar? 7.
Water? Please? It took me 5 minutes to get in here.
That sounds like somebody else's guitar, maybe.
Good to see you out.
I didn't rap that. That was them. That's my biggest pet peeve on the planet.
Check.
What's good is that what's great is that you're like, you're making sure every day is music, right? Like I appreciate that. And I always just wish that I wish that I could focus that much, but I'm like, I swear to God, I'm always like, oh, I need to make money. So I feel that way too. So I mean, yeah, but music, but still, music's like always like. I think my whole 20s is not doing music as like.
Well, no, this is just that's my
Check. 1, 2. Check. Hello, hello.
So sorry. Chatting. My bad. Who would you like to listen to, John?
That's Jackie.
That's loud. Which vocals would you like to hear? I guess I'm starting. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. 1, 2. How's everybody doing? Check 1, 2. Checkity check. If I could get some more in the monitors when you're done with the front of house. That is beautiful. Thank you. Who's next? I don't know. He's pointing next for sound check. Oh, this guy.
Check, 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 1, 2, check, check, 1, 2, check, 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 1, 2, 1, 2, check, check, check. Yeah, that's good. Do you hear me? Good? You good? Okay.
Hey, check 1, 2, 1, 2. We're good. Hey, check 1, 2. Hey.
Burlington, Ottawa.
Hey.
Can I? Oh, that's okay, actually. Am I able to get a tiny bit of keys in the monitors? Just a little bit, because I'm over on the side. I don't love monitors, so just a little bit. But I can't hear it. Jason. Yep. Thank you.
How we doing, John? You good to go? 1 second, folks.
Hello, everybody. Thank you all for coming out to Moonshine, and we appreciate your continued not yakking. Yes.
Yes, thank you. Some crowds, we have to tell them to keep it down, but you guys have been wonderful tonight, listening to the artists and giving them your full attention, so thank you. We're about to get underway again for round 2. Big hand, everybody. For that first round was amazing. Don, Susie, and Elise. Be sure to say hi to them if you get a chance, get a photo with them. We're on round 2 now here at the Moonshine Cafe, story, songs, and 6 strings. I'm Dave Woods. Over here we've got Dylan Burke. Dylan, behind Dylan is Paul Chapman Chappie. Backing Dylan up tonight. We've got Alessia Cole on stage. With Andre Bessel backing her up. Big hand for Andre.
Hey, Andre!
Right here, Craig Brooks. Craig. We were trying to get Garth tonight, but he wouldn't return the calls. So
Yeah, he doesn't return my calls either.
We went with the next Brooks we knew. Danny Strong, everybody. Thank you again so much, Johnny. Could everybody at the back please just keep it down a little bit so we can listen to the artist? Thank you very much. Man, I appreciate y'all being here on a Wednesday night for our final show of this year. And again, as I mentioned earlier, we were renewed for 2020. We're back next year. The negotiations, I had to take a pay cut and everything, but I'm coming back. All right, Dylan, I wanted to start with you and ask you about your biggest influence in music. Who's inspired you the most?
I'd probably have to say I grew up a lot like with Merle Haggard and Conway Twitty.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love them.
I was actually originally born in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Wow.
So
I
yeah,
didn't know that.
so that's what all my parents listened to. My dad was actually a pro hockey player, and that's where I was born, and moved to Canada. And really, my biggest influence right now is probably like Chase Rice. He's like,
Love Chase.
I try to,
Eyes on You.
Yeah, for sure. So I
Good
actually
tune.
was listening to him a lot back when he had his first album ever come out. So yeah, big influence for me.
That's awesome. Dylan Burke, everybody. Alessia, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
You and the Moonshine have quite a relationship. You're here a
Yeah,
lot.
it's all right.
You're here
No, I
on
love
my
it
shows.
here.
You got your own shows
That's
here.
right. I host alongside Nicole Ray, Girl Talk. Yeah.
Woo! And it's all right for guys to come to Girl Talk, right?
Absolutely, we encourage
We're not going to
it.
blush or get embarrassed or anything?
Well, I can't promise you that.
All right. Now, you wrote a song recently, or a while back, but it's come out now with Jason Blaine.
Yeah.
A great song called Tell You. A big hand for Tell You, everybody. The video is out, which is cool. Tell us a bit about writing with someone like Jason.
I will tell you about it for sure. See what I did there?
I wasn't even trying.
I'm a bad joke teller, I'm sorry. It was awesome. He's such a great dude. So kind and humble, and you don't always expect that from someone of his caliber. But he was so open-minded to my ideas and what I was bringing to the song. And sometimes you're in a write where the other writer kind of bulldozes the whole session, and you're like, I'll just sit in the corner, that's cool. But this was totally 50-50. It was really nice to have him encourage me to, say what I wanted to say and what we wanted to talk about.
Very cool. What are you most looking forward to in 2020 with your music career? Anything you're planning or hoping for?
There's lots of things we're planning that I can't talk about yet.
Nobody will tell.
Lies. Everyone has their phones out. They're like, what's happening?
We're going Facebook Live. Tell us.
No, 2020 is looking up so far. This past summer, I was at Midem in France. I performed at Midem, which was amazing. Thanks. So that was incredible. So I'm hoping to do some more stuff in Europe.
Cool.
yeah, Europe has a big chunk of my heart. So
Awesome.
yeah, we'll see.
Alessia Cole, everybody. And I guess we'll hear tell you this evening.
Yes, you will.
Awesome. Craig Brooks is here, everybody. Craig, let's focus in on songwriting because along with being an artist, I guess like everybody here, you focus in on songwriting. But I want to ask you what's made you a better writer from when you first started writing songs to today.
Probably just repetition. Just
Okay.
write as much as you can. Collaborate with as many people as you can with different styles, people with different fortes in songwriting. So some people are good at chord progressions or melodies. Some people are good lyrically. So just try to team up with different styles all the time, and I think that's why that's what improves you as a songwriter.
Do you have a favorite song of yours that you've written so far, and maybe you're going to play it tonight? I know that's a tough question.
I have a few that are special. Like Don says, they're kind of all like your kids, but I'll play one of my favorites tonight.
Okay, cool. Craig Brooks, everybody. Thank you, Craig. And over here on guitar and keyboards, we have Danny Strong. And maybe on guitar, okay. So we've got to add on the marquee Stories, song, 6 strings, and a keyboard. If we have room to fit all of that, I'm not sure. But you had a cool experience. You were telling me earlier, and a few of us earlier, about singing at Boots and Hearts and Thunderstruck. And I think the whole point to that story was go big or go home, right?
Yeah,
Leave them with an impression. I'll tell the story. All right, and then no. Here you go.
I was like, I didn't know you were going to bring that up. But,
you never know.
I had the honor of playing Boots and Hearts in 2017 on the main stage. Yeah, it was great. Opening for Mr. Luke Bryan and Brett Eldridge, and I was telling Dave and a couple people that when I was there, I was playing the Sunday, and so of course I went for the whole weekend because it was just such a rad experience, and I was like up on the stage and I was watching all the performances, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, I could play all of my songs perfectly and everybody would be like, yeah, that was a good band, but they don't know who I am at all, like they didn't. Except for Anna. And except for my super fan, Anna. Anna did. And so I was like, what am I going to do? Because I'm not really one for playing covers at a show, but I was going to do one. And I was like, I have to do something that they're going to remember that's just going to blow their minds out. And the only thing I could think of was Thunderstruck. And so I texted all 7 members of the band, one of which Chappie plays with, and I said, we're playing Thunderstruck tomorrow. And they went, we've never played it. And anyway, it was either going to be an absolute train wreck and then people would totally remember me, or it was going to be badass and they'd remember me for that. So I think it was a bit of both.
Leave them with a good memory, or a memory of some kind, right? Yeah. Love it. All right, let's get this second round started. And Danny, I'll let you do the honors by kicking things off. Thank you.
Thunderstruck. Now you guys are going to expect that from the cover. I am a songwriter first, and being invited to play this evening is just crazy special for me, and I'm sorry that I'm such a diva and bringing out my keys, but this is the only time in this kind of room that I get to do this, so yeah, you know what, I've recently started work at a drug and alcohol treatment center, and this is a song that kind of became a little bit of an anthem for it. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to talk for hours, but I love this song, and it's called Not Right Now.
Every day is like a break on my shoulders that's piled high, and I can't go much further, but I'll keep trying for you if you want me to. I don't know how much use I will be to you. All those times that I said I'd be there for you, I still mean it, but I gotta tell the truth. 'Cause I am not right now what you need me to be, and I am not right now strong enough for you to lean on me. And I can be tough and I can be brave, but this time will you carry my Maybe it's time to trade in for new colors. Lower this flag just to raise another. Start over again where it's best for you. I'll keep trying for you if you want me to. But I am not right now where you need me to be. And I am not right now strong enough for you to lean on me. And I can be tough and I can be brave, but this time will you carry my weight? 'Cause I'm not right now in the place that you need me to be. I know that you're crying, I hear you but I can't see, 'cause I'm so blinded. And I keep trying to follow the road back to me, but I just don't know how. Not right now, 'cause I am not right now where you need me to be. And I am not right now strong enough for you to lean on me. And I can be tough and I can be brave, but this time will you take my place? 'Cause I'm not right now.
Wow, that is a great song. Shit, my mic works. So does my guitar. I hate following piano players. No, that's a great song. So, I think the first song I'm going to play for you guys is a song that I wrote with a good friend of mine, Adam Newcomb, and I had this song idea, and it was related to relationships, and some that I'd seen and some I'd heard of, but I always found it funny when two people seem so closely knit and then things fall apart and one person carries on like, you know, it's just another day, and the other person's absolutely crushed. And I just found that contrast really funny, so came to Adam with the idea and said, you know, I want to tell this story, and I'm not sure how best to tell it. And I was trying to talk my way through it, and I said it's like the person never happened, and that's kind of where the song came from. This song is called "Like I Never Happened," and I wrote it with Adam Newcomb.
You've been catching up with your old friends, doing what you want and God knows when, killing all your extra time. Think of me and wonder why I still set the table for two, leave the whole light on for you. I love you's on the shallow glass. Let the water run just to bring you back. And I'm a wreck, you're a wrecking ball, and I'm here in pieces, you ain't here at all. It doesn't seem right that you're doing fine. What we had didn't mean a thing to you. Well, I guess I was wrong. Now you're moving on. There you go, falling in love again, like I never have been.
How's it going? That was terrible. How's it going? Much better. Thank you, Dave, for always putting this together. I'm gonna start us off. What did I say? I don't even remember what I told him. Oh yeah. So my ex situationship, I call him. He was one of those. His personality was the type to just like throw himself off a cliff and be like, oh, water, cool, let's jump. And I'm like, how about we look to make sure there's not rocks and we're not gonna die? That was like our relationship. And so he used to be like, oh, you're so vanilla. I'm like, no, I'm smart. So he used to keep saying that and keep calling me vanilla. So finally I was fed up. Like, he would say it jokingly, but I was fed up with it. And I'm like, well, you know what? Vanilla goes with everything and you can never have too much of it. So I wrote a song about it. I met the bad boys and made a wrong choice, or maybe too afraid. But for the chasers, the heartbreakers, know-it-all personalities, time to quit the habit, find a love a little more classic. I need the real thing, 'cause playing games, that's just not my taste. I'm getting tired of the trauma, come on, too strong, I don't want ya. When I have the choice, yeah, you know that I'm gonna go with vanilla, vanilla. Might seem a little bland, but my kind of man, he's tried and true. Not just a flavor of the week, he's smooth and sweet, yeah, he's my go-to. I never have to question, I know just what I'm getting. He's original, so fine, and that's just what I like. I'm getting tired of the trauma, come on, too strong, I don't want ya. When I have the choice, yeah, you know that I'm gonna go with vanilla, vanilla. I'm gonna go with vanilla, vanilla. I never have to question, I know just what I'm getting. I'm getting tired of the drama, so let's hear the good guys all learn. When I have a choice, yeah, you know that I'm gonna go with vanilla, vanilla. I'm gonna go with vanilla, vanilla. Vanilla, vanilla, vanilla. Yeah, he's my go-to, not just a flavor of the week. Thank you.
How y'all doing? My name's Dylan Burke. Dave, I just want to thank you for having me out today. This very first song is my debut single, Looking Like That. It was written in Nashville with Patrick Jason Matthews. He had a lot of songs with Luke Bryan, Billy Currington, and a whole bunch of other artists. And it actually wasn't my first debut single. The one that I actually released first doesn't exist anymore. It was when I first started.
We all have the first pancake, don't worry.
Oh, it was, yeah, not like this. It was, for some reason, I thought it was really good when I first started writing music to repeat the same thing over and over again. So when it hit the chorus, it just kept repeating, I've got my country, country, country. And so once I actually started writing better and getting better music, I quickly went on to TuneCore and got them to take it down. And and it's funny because people who see me now still run up to me and go, oh yeah, I remember what happened to that song, I've Got My Country, it was so good. And I'm like, but yeah, this very first song is called Looking Like That, and it's my debut single. There she is, sitting looking so fine, oh my God. She used to play mine, looking like she never had had a bad night since I got the hell out of her life. She ain't thinking about what I'm thinking about. It's killing me the way she's looking at me. And man, I hate to see her looking like she's doing alright, hanging out all night long, drinking at her old place, smile on her face like it don't hurt at all. With a new guy, new line for her eyes, saying she ain't looking back. I hate to see her looking like that. She just had to be leaning on his shoulder, holding him. When she saw me, a double shot drowning. I can't get around it, it's all my fault. And man, I hate to see her looking like she's doing alright, hanging out all night long, drinking at her old place, smile on her face like it don't hurt at all. With a new guy, new line, her eyes saying she ain't looking back. And I hate to see her looking like that. And see her looking like that. Well, she ain't thinking about what I'm thinking about. It's killing me the way she's looking at him. And man, I hate to see her looking like she's doing alright, hanging out all night long, drinking at her old place, smile on her face like it don't hurt at all. With a new guy, new line, her eyes saying she ain't looking back. I hate to see her looking like, hate to see her looking like, see her looking like that. And see her looking like that.
Awesome. I don't have any Nashville stories or any co-writers.
Yeah, but you're gonna play the piano.
I wrote all my own songs by myself in my bathroom in Canada. So I dragged my piano in the bathroom.
That's the
a
good thing about
talent.
that's the good thing about having these songwriters sessions is because all the songwriters come out of the basement. They have to take their pajamas off, comb their hair, and come out and play in front of people.
I feel bad. I said to John, I was like, can you give me some reverb because I'm used to my bathtub. So I feel comfortable. This next song, I'm actually already feel like I'm gonna barf because this is my newest song. I haven't even shared it with my cousins who are here, but it would mean a lot to me if you didn't videotape this one. You can take pictures all you want. I'm sorry. You can if you want. I can't stop you, but I'm just probably gonna shit the bed all over the place. So I'd rather you didn't. This song means a lot to me. I'm literally shaking right now. I love it, and I just recorded it, and it's a really cool song. And I think you'll like it too. This song is called She Sings. I'm not going to go super deep into it. All I will say is that I wrote it from a place that I feel like I have the street cred to write from, just from personal experience. And you guys feeling good because I will need you on the end of this, okay? So I gotta remember how it goes. Hang on. Okay, you wanna know what your part is? Nope, not that. You guys are gonna come in on the we. I'll give you the warning, but this is how it goes. We sing, we sing, we sing. We sing, we sing, we sing. We sing, we sing, we sing, and we raise our voice. You can do whatever range. We sing, we sing, we sing. We sing, we sing, we sing. she sings before that, and then it's our turn. All right, that's it. This is how I'm going to start it. And only sing if you feel like you want to. Don't be part of We Sing if you don't believe you should be. Okay? All right, let's light it up.
Sing out when they take your voice. Stand strong, make some noise. Be brave, you are enough. Yeah, you are enough. For no pain, no color, no chains, no borders. I hope if I raise my voice, I will make a change. Woman, I sing for you. Woman, so do what you do, yeah. Daughter, my hope for you is to have a choice. Sister, will you sing it loud? Mama, I'm gonna make you proud. Woman, will you break from the crowd to use your voice? For no pain, no colors, no chains, no borders. I hope if I raise my voice, I will make a change. No. I know if I raise my voice, I will make a change. No pain, no colors, no chains, no borders. I know if I raise my voice, I will make a change. I know if I raise my voice, I will make a change. She's powerful in her desire, like a wildfire. She's bold and brave. She rises and changes. She's loving, she's gracious. She sings. She sings, she sings, she sings, yeah. She sings, she sings, she sings, yeah. She sings, she sings, she sings, and we raise her voice. Sing we if you get it. We sing, we sing, we sing. We sing, we sing, we sing. We sing, we sing, we sing, and we raise our voice. Can you do it again? We sing, we sing, we sing. We sing, we sing, we sing. We sing, we sing, we sing. Thank you. Again. Love, love, we sing. Love, love, we sing. Love, love, love. Just one more. Love, we sing, we sing. Love, we sing. Love, we sing, we sing. Love. Woman, I sing for you. Woman, so do what you do. Daughter, my hope for you is to have a choice and use your voice. That was beautiful. Thank you.
When you play the song on the guitar, when you borrow this guitar, I'm gonna detune the shit out of this thing. It's gonna sound like a toy guitar when you play it.
I wanted to harmonize all over that.
I was hearing that. I was like, I should have told you beforehand.
This next song, again, it's. I think that's what we're supposed to do when we're at these things, is play kind of soft. We want to hit you in the feels. We were at we were at the CCMAs this year, and Tennille Towns was playing, and I was sitting there, and I think it was her second or third song, and when you hear her like stripped down is Tennille's wheelhouse, like what she can do on stage in the big show, she can do 10 times that when it's just her and her guitar.
I literally needed like 4 hours recovery.
Oh,
I am not
so
kidding.
I was
not
sitting
kidding.
there, and I was like, must have been the onions like that. And I'm wiping my eyes, and I look around, I look at my wife, and my wife's crying too. I'm like, thank God my wife's crying. So that's the only time I was glad to see my wife crying, because we're both sitting in the bleachers crying our eyes out. But, so this song is about, what is this song?
Janelle Downs? That's where you're getting at. That's what I thought.
This song's about, you know, seeing the one that you love so much with someone that really isn't right for them, and you just, you know it, and you know that they know you know that this person's not right for them, and it's just kind of a play on that. It's called Shades in the Rain.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, and by the way, this thing is, the production on this was pretty big, so this is very stripped down for the song. So. Hey girl, heard you made it back home. I was doing good when we were on our own. Then you walked in with that guy around 7 to 9. He was drunk by 9. Hey girl, let me make this right. What we had, you don't have with him, and only I can see. You deserve better, so forget about whether you came with him or you leave with me. You can make a hard ride on the back road and I will be there. Or you can make a wish on a wishing well, but he'll never change. I can put the fire back in those blue eyes that he has crying. We had the sun he gave you and it left you pain, wearing shades in the rain. You think you smile and you laugh can make it go away, but then our song comes on and you're looking at me. It's got us lying under stars in the middle of the bar, falling in love in the back of my car again. Hey girl, let me make this right. What we had, you don't have with him, and only I can see. You deserve better, so forget about whether you came with him or you leave with me. You can make a hard ride on a back road and I will be there. Or you can make a wish on a wishing well, but he'll never change. I can put the fire back in those blue eyes that he has crying. We had the sun he gave you and left you pain, wearing shades in the rain. You can make a hard ride on the back road and I will be there. You can make a wish on a wishing well, but he'll never change. I can put the fire back in those blue eyes that he has crying. We had the sun he gave you and left you pain, wearing shades in the rain. Shades in the rain. Shades in the rain.
Yeah, that song, honestly, Craig, I just was writing with Craig, and he showed me that song a couple of weeks ago, and it's not often I hear a song that just grabs you and really, and that song, he sent it to me, and I have it on repeat all the time when I'm at work, and I keep rewinding it on my Dropbox. So,
Thanks, buddy. Thanks, buddy.
So it's my turn to get nervous. Thanks, Danny, for breaking that door down. We've been talking about Nashville a lot, and I always joke that when songwriters are like, oh, I was down in Nashville, I have to drink. It's a really good drinking game. but I literally just spent the last 2 weeks in Nashville. So I decided that I thought tonight would be a great night to debut one of the tunes I wrote. I've never performed it. Andre and I haven't even practiced it. I sent him the really crappy work tape and I was like, can you learn this for Wednesday? So let's see what happens.
It's gonna be great.
This is, I've had this title, it's called If Only, and I had the title in my head for a really long time, and I just didn't know where I wanted to go with it. I didn't know, every time I brought it up in a co-writing session, it was always like, oh yeah, well, what else do you have? Which is their way of saying, I don't want to write that song. So I was like, all right. So I brought this, actually, I wrote this with Chris Yurchuk, and it was our first co-write together. Annika from Leaving Thomas introduced the two of us together, and I'm so grateful she did. And he just started playing this riff, and I was like, well, I have this title, and we just kind of hummed along, and the song kind of wrote itself. So I'm glad it took this long to write it, because it was meant to be written with him. So thanks, Chris. All right, let's try this out. We had our reasons while we never leaned in for something more. We had our heartstrings attached to the same thing, just in a tug of war. We were all in when we were falling, just never felt together. Love fell short of forever, no silver linings for real bad timing. So close, almost hard to let go of. If only. Like lightning and thunder, we followed each other, just a little out of sync. Oh, the right lips, the right kiss, I still almost taste it. The love was never wrong, it just wasn't ours to make. We were all in when we were falling, just never felt together. Love fell short of forever, no silver linings for real bad timing. So close, almost hard to let go of. If only. The love was never wrong, it just wasn't ours to make. We were all in when we were falling, just never fell together. We were all in when we were falling, just never fell together. Love fell short of forever, no silver linings for real bad timing. So close, almost hard to let go of. If only, if only. If only we were meant to be. If only we were meant to be. If only. Thank you.
So my next song is a little bit of a slower song. It was actually just released about a week and a half ago. It's a slower song, and the funny thing about this song is I was jumping on the airplane to head to Nashville, and this wasn't on the list of songs to do, and but for some reason they apparently have Wi-Fi on airplanes, which I had no idea. So I thought I couldn't get any service, and the only song I actually had on there was the song "Longer." And for some reason, I just kept listening to it, and I really started to get hooked on it. And went down to Nashville. My producer actually looked at me and said, "How about we do Longer?" And I was like, I don't know. And he goes, he said it might be a good idea to do it. So I go, you know what, let's do it. And he gave me the night to go back to the hotel room and really practice to get all the words down. And the next day we recorded it, and it seems to be one of people's favorite songs. So yeah, it's a little bit slower. So it's like a romantic song. So get ready to eat your heart out.
Thanking me for dinner and you start to put your jacket back on. You got a big day tomorrow and you say you probably ought to go home. Yeah, I know it's 11:30, but baby, just hold up a second. Seems like you just got here, baby. Where the night goes, funny how the time flies, honey. When I hold you close, why don't you drop those car keys? You don't really want to leave, do you? When the radio's playing our song, girl, come on, girl, stay a little longer. It's 1:30 in the morning and you say you're really leaving this time. So I walk you to the door and we say our 6 or 7 goodbye. You ain't gotta be in such a rush. I think I've even got an extra toothbrush. It seems like you just got here, baby. Where the night goes, funny how the time flies, honey. When I hold you close, why don't you drop those car keys? You don't really want to leave, do you? Don't want to make yourself right at home, girl. Come on, girl, stay a little longer. Now the morning sun shining on your face, I love to keep you in this bed all day. Seems like you just got here, baby. Where the night goes, funny how the time flies, honey. When I hold you close, don't pick up those car keys. You don't really want to leave, do you? Would sleeping in with me be so wrong, girl? Come on, girl, stay a little longer. Stay a little
I told you so.
Who was that?
Just kidding. Hey, we're in business now. Sorry, John. We thought we unplugged the right one. We didn't.
No.
Did you put it back in the
And
right
we were
bowl?
never asked back to the Moonshine Cafe.
Cover song?
Yes.
Does anybody have a guitar pick? Is anybody a professional here and have a guitar pick? I've been traveling. I just flew in and I literally have just I feel like I've been whacked in the face with
Do you need a ride home too?
Yeah,
or-
yeah. West Jet, take me home. It was a perfect segue. I wrote a song for WestJet last year. Does anybody follow me? Did anybody see that song? I wrote a song because I missed a flight, or, well, whatever. Stuff happened and I missed a flight, and so I wrote a little song about how much I love WestJet, because I do. And then it was called WestJet Send Me Home, and then it like blasted out for like hours, and that night at the show I played it, and the whole Phoenix in Toronto sang it to me. And anyway, a fellow tonight is in the building, and he happens to be fairly high up at WestJet, and we were just chatting, and I said, I wrote you a song last year. Anyway, I'm not going to play that. What do you guys want to hear? Are there any requests? Yeah, not Thunderstruck. If you want to hear Sheryl Crow. Oh, she's my favorite. She's my biggest influence.
I love Cheryl, Danny.
Baby, you come knocking on my front door. Same old knock you used to use before. I said, well, now what am I supposed to do? I didn't know what I was getting into. So you had a little trouble in town. Now you're taking your demons down. Stop dragging my, stop dragging my, stop dragging my heart around. I need a Tom. It's hard to think about what you wanted. Hard to think about what you want. Doesn't have to be the big get even. Doesn't have to be anything at all. I know you really wanna tell me goodbye. I know you really wanna be your own girl. Baby, you could never look me in the eye. Yeah, you're trouble with the weight of the world. Stop dragging my, stop dragging my, stop dragging my heart around. I need my drummer husband. You guys feeling it? I only picked this so I can go like this. There's people running around loose in the world and got nothing better to do. The Mega Mill or some bright-eyed kitty, yeah. You need someone looking after you, Tom. I know you really wanna tell me goodbye. I know you really wanna be your own girl. Baby, you can never look me in the eye. Yeah, you trouble with the weight of the world. Stop dragging my, stop dragging my, stop dragging my heart around. Stop dragging my heart around. Stop dragging my heart around. Look out, Chappie, I'm on your heels. Dragging my heart around. Stop dragging my heart around. Let's hear it for Tom Petty, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh boy, yeah, that's awesome, Stevie. Stevie. No, I mean it. It was good. Oh, let's see. Covers. So, actually, it was funny because I was on my way. How many people came from far away tonight?
How far is far away?
Like I drove 3 hours.
I came from British Columbia.
WestJet. WestJet plug again.
They actually paid for everything. Product placement.
So I was on my way here, and we were, God, I think we were at the 400 and the 401 or something, and a song came on that I hadn't heard in a while, and I realized it's because does anybody know Dallas Green, City and Color? Yeah. Like a huge Dallas Green fan, and a song came on that was probably 7 or 8 years old, and just loved Dallas Green. And funny story about that, David Boy James, who I work a lot with, was supposed to be here tonight.
Oh my God.
But are you good? So I think he's stuck somewhere between here and Ottawa, but he was supposed to be here, and we've worked a lot together and gone on fishing trips together and stuff. And I was supposed to get tickets to Dallas Green, but I was going to tell him tonight that I didn't get tickets, so we're not going. So he plays in I think he plays Friday in Toronto. Yeah, at the So at the Scotiabank place. So I'll try to play one of his songs, I guess. This is called Grand Optimist. I think I'm dying from complications. Complications to the things that are left undone. Feel like my debts will be left unpaid. Feel like a cripple without a cane. I'm like the jack of all trades, who's a master of none. Then there's my father, he's always looking on the bright side, saying things like, son, life just ain't that hard. He is a grand optimist, I am the world's poor pessimist. You give him burdens sometimes, and he will escape unscarred. I guess I take after my mother. I guess I take after my mother. I used to be quite resilient. Gained no strength from counting the beads on a rosary. But now my wound has begun to turn. Another lesson that is gone unlearned. But this is not a cry for pity or for sympathy. I guess I take after my mother.
show, but
Do you have any sound? I just want to make sure he can put it in the right. I wasn't trying to double that joke.
Thanks
I
for
was
that.
serious.
good looking out, Danny. But I have this here. I haven't sang the song in a really long time, so lyrics just in case. Amanda Marshall was one of my, right? I know. I think I broke the CD from listening to it too much growing up as a kid. So thanks, Mom and Dad, for having me listen to really good music. So this is one of her tunes. I actually auditioned with this song for Canadian Idol a million years ago. They were like, oh, you're too young. I'm like, then why do you make the age 16 if I'm too young? But okay. But it's cool because I'm glad I did not go on the show. So we're fine. Anyways, this is Let It Rain. I have given and got none. But still I'm driven by something I can't explain. It's not a cross, it is a choice. I cannot help but hear his voice. I only wish that I could listen without shame. Let it rain. Let it rain on me. Let it rain. Let it rain on me. Well, I have been a witness to the perfect crime. I wipe the grin off of my face to hide the blame. It isn't worth the tears to cry to have a perfect alibi. And now I'm beaten at the hands of my own game. Let it rain. Let it rain on me. Let it rain. Oh, let it rain. Let it rain on me. It isn't easy to be kind with all these demons in my mind. I only hope one day I'll be free. I do my best not to complain. My face is dirty from the strain. I only hope one day I'll be clean. Rain, let it rain on me. Let it rain, oh let it rain, oh let it rain on me. Come take my hand, we'll see through the darkest night. And without fear, we'll see through the darkest night. Rain, oh let it rain.
let it rain on me. Thank you.
So this song is a song by Luke Combs. It's off of his first album. This year I actually got the opportunity to play at Boots and Hearts this year because I actually did a Luke Combs cover to get into Boots and Hearts, and it was a song that I actually, when I went to go do the videotaping of it, I never sang it before or anything. I didn't even try it out. I just kind of said, let's go do this song. And, you know, Luke Combs has been like a huge inspiration to me. I actually didn't end up going with that song for tonight. Actually, I'm going to stand up for this one just to kind of give you guys a little, see how tall I am. And actually, it was pretty good the first time I met you. I was like, oh my God, thank God someone's as tall as me here.
I can probably hold my own.
Yeah. So this one's called Lonely One by Luke Combs. I don't know if you guys know it, but it's a slower and nice upbeat song, and the first time ever performing it, so.
Sounds about right. Well, yeah.
So here we go. Well, honey, how's that drink? Going down seems a little stiff for 2 p.m. Holler if you need anything, I've got an ear to lend. And I'll be right here cutting limes, counting cash and stacking beers. I got an idea what's on your mind, so in the meantime think on this. I've seen girls like you in here before, watch broken hearts break through that door a time or two. And I bet he packed all his things, just set out to curse his name and have a few. And I bet you're doing your best to move on. And girl, you're not the only lonely one. Well, this ain't my first rodeo. I've seen the other side of this bar, pouring salt on an open wound, sitting right there where you are. And I know it probably stings right now, somehow more than that djembe. Well, that clock on the wall won't cure it all, even though that ain't how it seems. I've seen girls like you in here before, watch broken hearts break through that door a time or two. And I bet he packed all his things, just set out to curse his name and have a few. And I bet you're doing your best to move on. Well, you're not the only lonely one. I've seen them come, I've seen them go. Girl, you ain't in this thing alone, oh no. Oh no. I've seen girls like you in here before, watch broken hearts break through that door a time or two. And I bet he packed all his things, and you set out to curse his name and have a few. And I bet you're doing your best to move on. Well, you're not the only lonely one. Girl, you're not the only lonely one. Lonely one. That's what happens when I stand up. I start to get into it a little bit more.
Yeah, one more.
I don't know how this works.
She's new.
Sorry. Thank you again again for having me. This is honestly, I flew in for a quick 4-day little show, and I'm driving to London tonight, and this couldn't be like these are my favorite things to do. So all the rest of my shows are with my band. Oh no, I have one more song I do, but this is what I love to do. So and you know what, like. Just you guys coming out on a Wednesday night, like I know you're all avid music fans. I know I recognize a lot of faces in the room, but if you're not, like coming out is such a huge support for us. And you know, follow us on socials. And I'm about to start a Kickstarter, so follow me and give me your money. I'm just kidding. But if you already follow me, don't unfollow me, please, because it is coming. I told you about my first two songs. I'm putting out my first record in 3 years, so I have one other record, and I'm not going to whine about it, but my husband and I need a drink. Could you just hold me? Sorry, I miss my husband. I'm just all over this guy tonight. I'm sorry. He flies in tomorrow. It's okay.
Hurry up and get here.
I mean, I played Fleetwood Mac. I'm not trying to pull a Fleetwood Mac, but anyway. All right. That's enough.
You know his wife is right there.
I did see her. This is great. Anyway, I am doing a new record, and I'm so excited. But our first record, we took a home equity loan out, and then because that's smart to do when you have 2 children. And
I think that's the first time I've ever heard someone say home equity loan at a songwriter.
I know, right?
You're getting into personal finance.
I know. See, there you go. You guys are welcome. And then this time, I'm not doing that. As I was saying, this is a funny little song. I'm not going to pull any more heartstrings. I can't even believe that it was that last song. That was great. Thank you for that moment. That was something I will never, ever forget. So I really appreciate you guys being a part of that. This song, however, is the opposite end of the spectrum. Oh, now his wife's really going to start thinking stuff about me after I sing this. I didn't write this about anybody at all. I just, like Susie, I'm a big Casey Musgraves fan. And I'm a big Casey Musgraves fan. Here's my very quick Nashville story. I do have one. I was the only Canadian in 2006 to be on Nashville Star, and I was on it with Casey Musgraves. And look at us now. This song I wrote trying to be like Casey. I gave her a few pointers at that in the green room that day. This one's for you, Quinn and Reed. Mrs. Jones, I know you caught me looking over the fence across the yard into your life. Don't get your hopes up, Mrs. Jones, no matter where I stick my nose, I'll be sitting on my front porch satisfied. And I know you're crying in that 4-post bed at night, in a white silk gown and nobody by your side, and you got black mascara messing up those pretty eyes. I ain't keeping up to nobody tonight. Not the Kardashians. I ain't keeping up to nobody tonight. Or the Joneses. Well, hey there, Mrs. Jones. What's that you're dragging? Is that a purse the size of Earth on your arm? She said, it's made of gold. I said, whatever floats your boat. I got a pocket for my keys and debit card. And I know you're crying in that 4-post bed at night, in a white silk gown and nobody by your side, and you got black mascara messing up those pretty eyes. I ain't keeping up to nobody tonight. Well, I ain't keeping up to nobody tonight. Well, you know those Mrs. Joneses. Are there any actual Mrs. Joneses in the room right now? Chances are always high for me on that. You have no idea. Well, thank God for that, because this particular Mrs. Jones, she was wandering around my father's neighborhood, and if any of you know Joe Strong from Pefferlaw, Ontario, it is a dangerous place to be for Mrs. Jones and her leopard print tights. That's how I picture her in my head. Mrs. Jones, I've heard that rumor has it
The average Joe from down the road, he spent the night. Don't you worry about me and all that I have seen. I don't give a hoot about who you do and what you buy. And I know you're crying in that four-post bed at night, in a white silk gown and nobody by your side. And you got black mascara messing up those pretty eyes. I ain't keeping up to nobody tonight. Well, I ain't keeping up to nobody tonight. Well, I ain't keeping up to nobody tonight. Thank you.
That was fun. Okay, so my last song I am going to do is, what's the backstory to this one? This is a song that I wrote, who did I write this one with? Jeez. I wrote this one for my wife. I got you.
Yeah, give
Buy
her
me
a
a
song
drink.
quick.
Yeah. Anyways, it's called, I'm not going to talk about it too much. It's called Right About Now, and yeah, hope you like it. Front porch swing, full moon shining while the crickets sing. Go back and forth with a bottle of wine. And that way you get, after just a bit, you always let your hair down. Get the look in your eye, like fire, got me burning white hot. Vodka's turning non-stop right about now. The night is getting older, so moving on closer up next to me, driving me wild right about now. You got me buzzing, can't tell if it's the red or you, baby, making me crazy right about now. Right about now. When we're out on the town, girl, you light up when you shut this place down. 'Cause you're a daddy's girl with a crazy side, white t-shirt and tight Levi's, and those candy apple lips leave a mark with every kiss. The night is getting older, so moving on closer up next to me, driving me wild right about now. You got me buzzing, can't tell if it's the red or you, baby, making me crazy right about now. Right about now. Night is getting older, so moving on closer up next to me, driving me wild right about now. You got me buzzing, can't tell if it's the red or you, baby, making me crazy right about now. Right about now. Oh, right about now. Right about now. Right about now. Right about now. Thank you, and thanks Dave for having me.
These rounds are my favorite. Like, I might like them better than being on stage with a full band. Might. They're tough. Because you don't get to talk like this with your audience. Thank you guys for being so attentive also. Yeah, give yourselves a round of applause. You guys deserve it. Yeah, if you don't, John will yell at you. We love you, John. again, thank you, Dave. I know we've said thank you so many times tonight, but thank you for putting these on. It gives us somewhere to play. And thank you, John, and the Moonshine Cafe. Where did he go? Hi. Thank you for always allowing us a home to sing. So thank you.
Thank you for not yelling at us during sound check.
Yeah. He loves musicians, really. My last tune I'm going to sing for you is my current single out on country radio. It is the one Dave was mentioning earlier, called Tell You. I wrote it with Jason Blaine. And it's about a guy, it's about a girl who's dating a guy who's also already dating another girl. So it's from either the other woman's perspective or the girlfriend / wife, however you want to hear it. Just kind of letting the other woman know, hey, your man's not so great. It is a true story to some of my friends. It almost happened to me, so I was like, nope. So we wrote about it, and also I have a video out for it also, which is really exciting. And Dave was kind enough to have me on his podcast, but we did a video for it. And we went to a paint studio in Port Credit, and as we were painting, he reached over. I'm a perfectionist. I need to let everyone know that now. He didn't really know that about me.
No, I didn't.
He put his paintbrush and just made a big splotch in the middle of my painting, and my heart dropped to the floor because I was trying so hard to make that painting look pretty. And I was like, I'm on camera. Don't make any sudden movements, Alessia. I'm gonna cry. But it's okay because we fixed it. The woman who owns the paint studio, she could see it in my eyes, my look of terror. But we fixed it, and I still love Dave, so it's fine.
I'm going for ratings.
Yeah. It's for his blooper reel, I think. You know. But so this is Tell You. Again, follow us all on socials. I'm Alessia Cole. I didn't introduce myself earlier. That's really bad of me. Cole is Cochle because spelling does matter. And this is Tell You. Oh, keep playing there, Andre. I keep forgetting this part. I'm really excited about this song. This is kind of my little song that could. When it was released to country radio in August, it debuted at 82, which is really exciting for an independent female artist. Thank you. I broke Top 100, which was a big deal for me. Thanks. And I did a whole radio tour. I was on the East Coast, and everyone in Ontario. And there was a post I didn't even know it existed. Someone told me recently. I was number 15 on the most added female Canadians to country radio. So that was really exciting. Shameless self-promotion. So if you like what you hear tonight with all of us, please follow us on socials, share our tune, stream them. That's really what helps us reach an audience, is when people are sharing our music with the people that they know like music. So please share all of us. We would all really appreciate that. Anyways, I will stop talking, and this is Tell You. Did he tell you when you first met how he wanted to get to know your smile? Did he tell you as he sipped beer that he'd been here, but it had been a while? Did he tell you that night, oh, how your eyes shine like the stars? Next thing you know, you let yourself go, get wrapped in his arms. Did he tell you that he loves you? Did he say that you're the only one? Did he tell you that he needs you? Like a temple with a silver tongue. Did he whisper sweet nothings, making you love him, calling you baby? Did he tell you about me? Did he tell you about his hometown, about his home team, and the time they once stayed? Did he tell you about his old bands and their big plans to go all the way? Did he turn on the charm, say you got his heart, make you believe it? And sweep you off your feet till you're in so deep you couldn't see it? Did he tell you that he loves you? Did he say that you're the only one? Did he tell you that he needs you like a devil with a silver tongue? Did he whisper sweet nothings, making you love him, calling you baby? Did he tell you about me? Did he tell you that he loves you? Did he say that you're the only one? Did he tell you that he needs you like a devil with a silver tongue? Did he whisper sweet nothings, making you love him, calling you baby? Did he tell you about me? Oh, did he tell you? Or did he tell you? Did he tell you about me? Thank you.
Well, thank you all so much for coming out tonight. You know, we all appreciate it. This industry is definitely it's a sacrifice for everybody. I'm sure everybody up here. I'm sure everybody up here and you know the performers before us has sacrificed a lot to get kind of where we're at. And you know, when I was 21 years old, I ended up saving up a whole bunch of money to buy my first house and to kind of pursue my music a little bit more. I actually renovated my house, sold it, and moved in with my mom and dad again. And back before that happened, I went up to my dad, you know, and listening to you talking about your dad before that, you know, my dad came up and I went up to him. I'm like, you know, Dad, I really want to try to be a country singer. He goes, yeah, well, I want to be a porn star, but you don't see me making videos. I cleaned that up a little bit, by the way. That was something else, but you know, and definitely growing up with a hockey dad. You know, when he says, you know, I'm buying you a new hockey stick for your birthday, and I wanted a Paul Brandt CD. You know, he kind of, and you know, one of the very first times, I went and had a show where I got to play with Eric Etheridge and the James Barker Band. And I remember looking down in the crowd when I was on stage, and my dad had like the biggest smile on his face. So that was like a huge
Under a
thing
creepy
for me.
mustache.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, so definitely, you know, making him proud, making him see like how hard I've worked for all this, and how everybody, you know, how hard everybody works, and the sacrifices, and you know, the sad truth is this might not work out at the end of the day, but you know, I look at it like I've came this far. I've sold my house and can't really turn back now, right? So, but you know, I do have CDs for sale. They're not actually out yet, available for sale, but like I have them here for you guys. And it's going to be digital in about 2 months, and so they're $10 a copy. It comes with a nice beer koozie for you too. And actually, this next song is going to be the song that I'm going on a radio tour with. It's written in Nashville. And yeah, this is a really good song, and I hope you guys like it.
Why you wearing on my cell phone while I'm trying to lay low late at night? Thought that we were just a memory. Why you say you want me in your life? Now you're at my front door like I let you come inside. That ain't how a heart works, baby. I can't travel back in time, back to when we loved like crazy. Before you went and said goodbye, and I can't make it be for you again, just because you you change your mind. That ain't how a heart works, that ain't how a heart works, baby. At least not mine. Yeah, I used to wanna kiss you, gotta say I miss you, girl, like him. But I quit all that missing when I started kissing someone else. Did you think I'd go through my whole life all by myself? That ain't how a heart works, baby. I can't travel back in time, back to when we loved like crazy. Before you went and said goodbye, and I can't make it beat for you again, just because you changed your mind. That ain't how a heart works, that ain't how a heart works, baby. At least not mine. You thought that you can let me go and never feel a thing. That ain't how a heart works, baby. That ain't how a heart works, baby. And I can't make it beat for you again, just because you change your mind. That ain't how a heart works, that ain't how a heart works, baby. No, that ain't how a heart works, that ain't how a heart works, baby. At least not mine. And at least not mine. You can't have mine.
Dylan Burke, everybody. Thank you, Dylan. With Paul Chapman, Chappie helping out. Thank you, Paul. Alessia Cole. And Andre Bessel. Craig Brooks. And Danny Strong. And of course, our first round that got us all warmed up with their great songs and comedy, Mr. Don Graham. Elise Saunders. And Susie Corey. I want to thank, first of all of you for staying for the whole show, for being attentive and enjoying it. Thank you. We'll be back again next year in February. We'll kick off 2020. So a bit of a break. I know it's hard on you, Christine. I hear your pain. But we will be back. And I just want to take a moment before we end the night to thank Mr. John Marlett. Thank you, John. For being a wonderful guy, for this great venue, and for all you've done for me this year and last year since we started this thing. So thank you. Couldn't do it without you. Thanks, John. Again, thank all of you for being here. Enjoy your night. We'll see you soon. Great job, guys.